All right, so I think we're pretty much ready to start. So, the starting of this campaign is that the two of you have been sent for by a man named Ottavio, who is the patriarch of the Romanus household, who is closely associated with your guild, the Vintners Guild. So, we're going to start with the two of you on the road to Silernium. You're only a few hours out by this point. The weather has been gentle and calm with sunshine and a light breeze. And as you come within several hours of Silernium, you cross a bend in the road and you hear from over a gentle hillock just beside the road like a faint buzzing sound, and you see like the occasional waft of black acrid smoke.
Oh my, Giovanni, what do you think's causing that smoke?
Well, could be a band of bandits or something taking our trading caravan in front of us, do you reckon? Or maybe it's just a field that's caught fire in this hot sun. Maybe.
Perhaps. Maybe
I'm
some of
not
those
convinced
damn orcs
there either.
raiding another farm.
Could be, yeah. I guess the more pertinent question, do you want to take a look? I mean, I feel a bit bad walking straight past and ignoring it, but we have got a meeting to get to.
Tis true, tis true. But then, what are mercenaries for if not for finding glory? I
You
vote for
make a fair
going to
point,
check it
Mac.
out.
I'll be right behind you. You lead the way, as always.
Sounds good.
As we step down, as we step down from the like wagon that we've been traveling in, I just want to, out of caution, pull out one of my glass beads, I think, and put a ward on myself because, I would like to just, pull out my little glass bead and hold it out in front of me and trace a bit of a sigil in the air, and just sort of, with a slight release of energy, walk a little bit more upright and head forwards, following behind you.
And just before I take the lead, I put on my chainmail shield, scale mail shield, and grab my battle axe. And
All
then
right.
I step off towards the smoke.
All right. The crest of the hill is about 20 feet away, and as you crest it, you see the remains of a fire pit with the stones slightly scattered, an old burnt out tent, and what looks like the corpse of a man. Also, the earth is quite overturned, and there's a pool of blood that is soaking into the earth.
Interesting. What do you see, Giovanni?
Not too much at the moment, but we should be cautious. I would like to look. Giovanni's going to look around and like study and check that this is not an ambush that's been left deliberately to lure anyone in.
All right, roll perception.
You got it.
If there is an ambush, then they must be exceptionally well hidden. It's quite an open space.
Yeah, I think we're okay for now. I mean,
You do notice that,
definitely looks
like,
like foul
going
play.
away from the body, there's like drips of blood and maybe the imprint of footprints.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I need to spell out something nasty or something here, do I? It's whoever did this though. We've got a trail if you want to be the bold and daring adventurer. I know how much you enjoy collecting these stories.
Indeed, but I also want to get to my retirement hut in one piece, which is only another year's salary. Maybe we should go to that meeting after all.
If you'd say so. I mean, it's just one set of footprints.
Fair enough. You can always convince me to look for a good fight. All right, I will lead the way.
Yeah, getting a little closer into the camp, the corpse's stomach seems to be like an absolute mess of blood and bits of fabric where it looks like the rope was cut through. There's also some possessions scattered on the ground, and you can see a few bits of shining in the grass.
I'd like to go over and just check. Do these look like valuables that any normal robber would have taken, and thus this is clearly not a robbery gone wrong because there's valuables left behind?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you're going into the. Are you gonna go grab one?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'm not pocketing anything just yet. I'm just going to turn it over, have a look, sort of piece together, and try and see, yeah, if it's shiny but worthless, or shiny and valuable, and thus a weird thing for a thief to have left behind.
All right. As you step into the camp, the earth seems to have been turned over a little bit. Grab one of the shiny bits from the ground. It's hard to see from a distance in the afternoon sun, but they seem like gold coins. You can see at least 20 of them.
I'm going to start pocketing them, and yeah, just quite. Okay, well, this isn't common or garden robbery. I don't know of any thief that would leave this much gold lying around in the dirt. What would have caused this mess to have turned the ground over, do you think? Did they...
My money is still on orcs, unless it's one of the powerful families killed this person. I will take a few steps to the outskirt of camp to stand guard while while Giovanni inspects more closely.
Okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe this is just a band of orcs. In which case, it'd be a good idea to get out of here. But I'll check. Yeah, is there any the ground having been turned over in this way? Is this like a lot of footprints? I want to sort of look and see whether this is the sign of a lot of people. Like, is a band of orcs or heavy creatures gone through and turned this ground up, or has it just been tilled over and like worked kind of like a field, like plowing or something?
Yeah, examining the ground closer, it looks like it was deliberately turned over in almost a pattern, but it's been disturbed in a couple of places with footprints. Maybe a spiral?
Okay. If this is the work of... I'm imagining orcs as being a fairly brutish group, although I know they've been accepted into the city and stuff. Would I know, like, culturally, are they kind of just raiders that come through and cause chaos, or are they known to have their own rituals and their own sort of things going on? I'm not saying I necessarily recognize this, but is it conceivable that orcs, leave ritualistic symbols and do sacrifices or sort of their own worship and their own rituals and stuff?
They're seen as quite barbaric, so possibly. I mean, they probably worship the spirits in strange and savage ways, would be the folklore.
Yeah.
What do you think, Giovanni? I've never seen orcs make a ritual pattern like that, and I've crossed many a bloody battlefield.
It does seem strange. I agree. What was this? What was this fellow doing out here, and why was this camp? Did he turn this over and he was killed for it, or did they turn this ground over and kill him?
Hmm. I wonder what he looks like.
That's a fair point, actually. Yeah, I'll go over and see. Can I figure out what social class he is? Was this an important?
Based on shoes, it looks like he's a plebeian.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's wearing common robes. The stomach area is sort of all cut up with ribbons of flesh and cloth.
Definitely wasn't slave labor or anything like that.
No, but also hardly important enough to be killed in this way unless he got mixed up with the wrong people.
Always a possibility. Well, do you want to keep? Are these footprints carrying on out of this camp, or?
Yes, they're heading away from the road even. And there's like little drops of blood every couple of steps.
And how many steps of footprints do we see?
Like 20 or so before they go over the next hillock.
Giovanni, I say we don't know him, and it's not our duty to avenge his blood today.
Probably seems prudent, doesn't it?
Indeed.
Curious what happened here, though. Why? Still,
Indeed.
maybe the Primarch will know something. Perhaps this region has had more troubles than we thought.
Indeed. If we head back to the road, perhaps the important person we're meeting will know.
I'll bet you 2 of those gold that I just scavenged right now that we're back here investigating this before the day's out.
I'll take you up on that wager. Shall I lead the way back?
Yeah, I think we're done here for now.
As an aside, is gambling our gold in the game allowed?
It's your gold. You can do what you want with it.
Okay, perfect.
Did I pick? You said I picked up 20 gold, 10 gold?
Yeah, 20 gold.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, so you make your way back to the road, and you're about 2 hours, maybe 3, outside of Samni, outside of Silernium. By the time you arrive at the walls, It's getting close to sundown. The walls are quite a sight to behold because they almost look like they've been deposited rather than built. They look like those like sand drip castles that you make, mixing sand and water. And from the distance, you can sort of spot like tiny little bits of movement atop the walls. In some portions, they've built crude battlements on top. There's a line of people trying to get inside of the city. At the gate, there's a couple of gray cloaks that are vetting people. And you can see a few beggars at the end of the line.
Wow. 2 gold resting on us getting through this line quickly. Do you fancy trying our luck at convincing some of those grey coats that we... I mean, we are here on important business. We should definitely get in here quickly. Don't you think?
Certainly.
I think so. I'm gonna start walking past the line, although taking care just to keep an eye on who's in the line, and I don't want to jump ahead of any. I doubt they're in the line, but any of the whatever the top ruling class is.
As you're walking past, one of the old crones holds out her hands to you. Spare any coin for an old woman?
I say you should do it, Brancazio, for good luck.
You know, the beggars are becoming quite the exclusive class in the city. I'm one of the few that's left. I had the sense to leave.
Well, that was an unusual thing for a beggar to say, now wasn't it? Wonder what it means.
Get into the city, you'll hardly see a street urchin or beggar among them.
Have they left of their own volition, or?
Oh, I'm sure they found work.
More?
Honest work. And she smiles at you wryly. Spare any coins?
I'm not giving any to her. She gives me the creeps.
I'm gonna hand over a silver that I've got in a back pocket.
Yeah, and she gives it like a little bite between her teeth. Spirits be with you, and good luck in the city.
Yeah, maybe we'll meet again.
And yeah, she slips the coin just into her little coin purse. And then starts paying attention to the next people coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then we continue walking towards the front of the line.
And the grey cloaks hold up a hand to you. All right, business?
Yes, we've been summoned for a meeting with Prime Romanus.
Yes, you and everybody else in this line. Back of the queue.
Who do you think we are, mate?
You look like any common man to me. Back of the queue.
Does this battle axe look like a common battle axe?
And the Great Cloak like puts his cloak aside, and he's got like a big sword there. Are you threatening me?
Of course not. But it wouldn't be good for you to make us late for our meeting with Romanus.
Do you have any proof?
Giovanni, do we have any proof?
Do we have any proof?
Yeah, he sent you a letter.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I was hoping to get to use my
I-
intimidation skill there, but it is what it is.
I pull out the letter and just say, I appreciate you doing your job, but here, as it happens, we do have a meeting with Primarch Romanus.
All right.
hand
The
over
one
the-
gray
or-
cloak
or
takes
showing the
it,
letter.
and he sort of squints at the paper a little bit, and then hands it off to his co-guard. And the co-guard sort of reads through it and says, I could use a little more proof. And he holds out his hand to you.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
There's a. I remember he gave us a special token as well, and I will reach in and grab. What is the level of bribery in this world that I'm used to? Is it sort of like a kind of a gold coin? Is that a nothing bribe that's frankly an insult, or is that like fine for passing through the gates?
That's that's okay.
Okay. Because I'm sort of just assuming that this kind of bribery is just it's what happens in this world, and that's we can obviously we can stand on a pedestal at another time, but for now I'm quite happy to pay the bribe.
Yeah, he takes the coin. He takes the coin, slips into his bag, and he says, our apologies. Good luck on your meeting. And he lets you through into the city.
Okay.
Silernium is a moderately sized city. It's got wide thoroughfares and the occasional tree planted inside. Most of the cities are brick buildings with these fiery red baked brick roofs. There's a couple of large mansions inside of the city walls that have like their own walled off compounds. And then there's also a walled off section of the city in the middle, almost directly into the middle. It's made with like crude lopped off tree trunks.
Yeah, I'm going to lead the way quite briskly at this point to where I'm assuming I know where the Veterans Guild sort of compound or buildings are.
Yeah.
In this city.
Yeah, it's you've probably been to Silernium quite a few times before. And so there's a central building where most of the Vintners Guild business is taken care of. It's just uncritically called the Vintnery. And it takes about 20 minutes to get there. The mood in the city is a bit dark. People are sort of hanging their heads and shuffling along as they're going from place A to B.
I would like to look around and see if the beggar woman was telling the truth, and indeed there is a notable lack of beggars, vagabonds, whatever word we want to use to describe them. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see any where you currently are. There's no beggars, there's no street urchins.
And last time there were a few of these people around, like...
Yeah, I mean, it could just be chance, but last time you would have expected to see maybe one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Strange that that old woman may have been speaking some truth about all of the beggars and poor folk being moved on. Curious where
Indeed.
or what for.
Mm-hmm. I suppose we'll find out later on.
Possibly.
Well, shall we keep walking to the Vintnery?
Yeah, don't want to keep the Primarch waiting too much. If this has got anything to do with the... Probably not. Nothing to do with secret police, but keep an eye out. Maybe for the time being, keep the axe stowed around the guards.
It takes a few more minutes to get to the Vintnery. It's an unassuming building made of wood with the classic fired red roofs, and the door is open. There's a guard out front, which also unusual. There wouldn't have been a guard posted here last time you came into the city.
Oh. Is the guard like just standing outside, or are they like blocking the door and like allowing access?
Yeah, just standing beside the door.
Walk in, but... Okay. So I'm just going to walk in and sort of just give the guard a nod of acknowledgement, but otherwise just walk in.
And he nods back to you.
Okay. And then I will head up to a sort of reasonably well-dressed person that I'm imagining is there to kind of direct inquiries and to sort of greet people into this place of business. Gonna go up to them and just say, "Good evening. And my companion here have got a meeting with Primarch Romanus. We've been summoned to discuss some business. Could you direct me?"
Yes, I think he's still in his office. He hasn't left by this time yet. It's just at the very back of the room. There's a new addition that they built onto the vintnery, and he's built himself a new office in there.
Things are looking up since last we were around.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Have you heard how much of the wine we've been sending to Florencia?
I was not aware that it increased. Trade is good then?
Yeah, Sol Dalvise and his entourage have been drinking barrels upon barrels of the stuff.
That is excellent news for us.
Yes, it is. We've made some pretty coin moving goods up the river. Did you hear they dredged the river recently?
Even better news, though.
No,
I had not heard that.
I've been told that it's totally navigable by barge these days.
Well, certainly a good time to be shipping wine upriver then.
It is. Anyways, I shouldn't keep you waiting too long.
Oh, no, but it's always interesting to hear how things are going. Our business tends to take us slightly further afield, but good to know things are going well.
Yes. I'll go announce you to Patricia and Octavio. I'll let him know that you're here. And he waddles off in that direction. He's a rather rotund man, balding. And a few minutes later, he comes and waves you over to the door.
Okay. Yeah, well, I go over. Brush a little bit of travel dirt off of my my sort of faded, sort of like dark blue robes and travel cloak. Just sort of get rid of the worst of the travel dust.
Yeah. Octavio's office is a well-apportioned room with an exceptionally large table and several comfortable-looking chairs. The man himself is a rather short man, extremely balding, totally beardless. His hair has gone completely white. He looks like he could be maybe in his late 60s or early 70s. He's constantly wringing his hands. He says, "Oh, please, come in."
Obliged.
You are the two from Turin, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What is the news? Anything interesting in Turin these days?
Nothing much in Turin, sir, but we did notice an interesting murder along the way.
Oh. Please tell me more.
Well, we found one person with their stomach torn to shreds, killed in the middle of what could have been a ceremonial ceremonial ritual pattern, but it's hard to tell because there were at least 20 footsteps tramped through before walking off towards the woods.
Well, it sounds horrible. It's probably those orcs again. Did you tell the guard?
No, we didn't think to.
No, it sounds like their business, not mine. You might be wondering why I ordered the two of you to come to Silernium.
We are, sir.
There are a few matters that I need some more quiet help with. Things that I can't do in my official capacity. I'm sure that you've heard about all the hullabaloo going on with the orcs in this city. Is that correct?
No, please tell us more.
The tensions are at an all-time high. The orcs, while they bring coin with them, they're involved in a very grisly business. And the tensions between them and the humans is at an all-time high. And it's my belief that the orcs are going to be a lever upon which we can shift public opinion in this city. And so what I would like the two of you to do is to get some kind of ammunition, some kind of proof on what the orcs are doing wrong. Because we all know that they are. Now, the prefect has made it illegal to trade in human or elf flesh, but I think we all know that that's not the reality of the situation. For where there's good coin in search of something, it will be supplied. So if you could find proof of them trading in human meat, or proof of some other nefarious dealings they've done, that would constitute the fulfillment of this contract. And I would be willing to part with 500 gold pieces in exchange for your services.
Well, that would be your generosity is much appreciated.
Well, trust me, you're going to be earning it. The orcs are quite a force in the city, so to give you a little information on their dealings, you know that they have an entire district of the city that's totally governed and regulated by them as a people, and humans are only rarely allowed access. They erected an entire wall around the entire district. They've taken on a few jobs around the city, mostly waste collection, and they've also taken care of some loading and unloading of barges at the new docks. So those would be the places that I would start with first. If you can somehow gain entrance to their district, that would probably be helpful as well.
Would this 500 gold pieces be shared between us, or would that be for each one of us, sir?
You may divide it as you choose, but it will be for the both of you.
I see. What do you say, Giovanni?
Sounds like it could be tricky, but I think we can handle it.
If you do happen to be caught
Very
or arrested, neither of you can make mention of my name, guild, or my house.
Of course.
Very good. We understand.
It may be wise to develop a pretext for your investigation that you can tell to any inquisitive members of the Grey Cloaks. There have been quite a few people that have family members gone missing in the night. It might be wise to talk to them.
Yes. We noticed there seems to be a reduction in population of some of the poorer, less desirable classes around the city anyway. I imagine the rumours are going hand in hand with rumours of orcs trafficking in flesh and such things.
Yes, but things like that have been brought up before, but the prefect continues to insist that it's only rumors and speculation, and those rumors are what's driving the beggars away.
See, well, I understand you want actual proof. Could be a good starting point, though, as a pretext.
Yes, there was one woman named Acella. She's a few streets over. It's the 2-story house. She's renting the upper floor. Her husband went missing. And she might be somebody to talk to for a pretext.
Indeed, we shall look into it.
All right, anything else?
If I might be so bold, sir, Why do you care about these missing of the poorest people in the city?
Um, well, they're my people.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, they're my people as much as the patricians and the plebs. And so I care for them.
Very good. All right, I shall be off. And I turn to walk towards the door.
Yes, I stand up and follow.
All right, the older, more rotund, balding man ushers you out to the street and says, "Good luck. We're all counting on you here."
Thank you. Probably won't see each other again for a while. That seems to be the point of this, doesn't it?
Oh, if you're looking for lodging, there's a wine house just down the street called the Bronze Falcon. You can find lodging there.
Thank you.
Very good.
Appreciated.
All right, please don't let me
It's
keep
nice
you.
to have somewhere trustworthy to stay. Okay. How
All right.
late in the evening is it?
Let's.
It's about an hour off from darkness.
I think we have just enough time to find this woman a cella and ask where her husband went. Ask about her husband.
Sounds reasonable. Probably something should be handled with a little tact, yes.
Of course.
What pretext are we approaching her with? And more generally, why would we care enough about her story to be investigating this, do we think? Should anyone ask?
Right. Well, for speaking with her, we could say we also lost family members. I'm not sure yet
True.
what to say to the great folks.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how believable it is that we'd be doing it out of pure kindness. And I mean, we can judge when we see her, I suppose, but you wonder whether she would have the money to pay other people to be involved. But let's meet her and find out, shall we?
Sure, that sounds good. And I march off at a brisk step towards the two-story house that we heard about from the from Romanus.
Yeah, the house looks like it's a business in the bottom and like housing on top. It's got a blacksmith below.
Would be useful to know. Still, there must be a way up to the upper floor.
Indeed.
It doesn't look like there's any entrances on the outside. That go up to the second floor on the outside of the building.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we must knock on the front door then.
I think so. We're looking for
All right.
a seat.
Pardon?
I was just confirming who we're looking for. Yes, you've got this.
Right.
It's a sealer,
All
right?
right. I knock.
Yeah.
Yeah, a cella. Yeah.
Seller.
All right. I knock on the front door and wait.
All right, you hear a few quick footsteps. It's like, "We're closed."
We're looking for a cella.
More well wishes. Oh, it's every hour of every day. And you hear like a as the rusty lock squishes open. It says, "Just up the stairs in the back."
Thank you, sir. As I brush past the
He glowers at
apparent
you.
blacksmith who opens the door.
Yeah, I follow smartly behind and try and sort of look a little wary. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult. Weary from the road, and sort of give him a like a sort of a quiet, but I'm trying to give a heartfelt thanks for opening up as I walk past.
He just nods at you and glowers. The stairway is almost more of a ladder. It's how steep and rickety it is. Climbing the ladder, you come to another small doorway. It smells of smoke and oil and grease in this establishment.
Oh, I should have taken off my shield and armor before climbing that ladder. Oh well, here goes. And I knock on the rickety wooden door that appears ready to fall off its hinges.
Yeah, and it opens up a little bit. It's not even latched. And you hear the gentle sounds of weeping from within. And footsteps come up to the door and says, "Yes?"
Are you a Sella?
"Yes, that's me."
We hear you had the misfortune to lose your husband recently.
Yeah, and she weeps for a second. "Yes, his name was Eriko. Did you know him?"
No, but I lost my wife 6 months ago to similar circumstances.
And she opens up the door, and you can see she's like a plain looking freed slave. You can tell by her clothing and shoes, and she's got streaks down her face from weeping. She says, please come in."
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
"How did your wife die?"
Well, well, I was off on a short mission for the prefect, only 8 days. I left her in perfect health, and when I came back, she was gone from our cottage.
"No."
Indeed. Barely signs of a scuffle, but the door was ripped off the hinges.
"No. What did the Grey Cloaks do?"
What do they ever do? They took a look for 5 minutes and then started quaffing my brandy. Was brandy
course.
around that long ago?
Let's say wine.
Okay.
Of course. And she goes over to a fire, takes a drink off of it, and pours it for one of each of you. It's not much, but a tea?
Oh, no. Greatly appreciate your hospitality. Thank you.
And she hands you this bitter smelling aromatic drink.
I
I wrinkle my nose
where
and
is
take a. I wrinkle my nose and do the same thing.
It's scalding hot and a little bitter, but feels good on the throat. So, why did you come to me? Just to tell me about your wife?
No, I want vengeance. And Giovanni here is just a kind soul who's willing to help.
Okay.
I think it was the orcs.
The orcs. Why do you say that?
Well, my wife never hurt a soul. There's no reason for anyone else to hurt her.
I see. And what do I
my
have to do with
friend
all
here
this?
is indeed. Forgive my friend for getting perhaps a little ahead of himself. we firstly and most importantly did very much wish to pay you our condolences, having heard of your loss.
Thank you.
We were rather hoping, if it were not asking too much of you, because it must surely be still such a painful time for you, but if you could share with us anything that you do know, we are rather hoping to get to the bottom of this, although my friend appears to have made up his mind already, I grant you. We are doing what little we can, at least, to try and shed some light onto what may or may not be going on in this city. And whilst we've heard of your loss, we don't know the details, and we're hoping that possibly we could take a look at these things. Who knows? We've travelled a little wider than some of the grey cloaks, maybe, even if we aren't so familiar with the city. It may just be a fool's hope, and I would not wish to give you too much, but if you could share with us what you do know of these events, then maybe we can find some sort of closure.
Of course. Erica was a member of the men who remove the refuse from town, and I'm sure you've seen, but that job has been mostly taken over by the orcs. They've sort of undercut the rest of the refuse workers, and Erico refused to leave. They were trying to push him out for months upon months, but he refused to leave, and he would keep doing his route, and then one day he just disappeared. And I haven't heard from him since. It's not like him, he would never.
See, Giovanni, I tell you, it's orcs.
Certainly looks obvious enough, but we need to
I just
see a little. What?
I don't know why they would kill him. He was just a normal refuse worker. Why were they so obsessed with those?
It seems. I have no answers for you, I'm afraid, but we certainly would like to try and find some. What route did he work, if I may ask?
He would do this street and the next street over and the third street over from that. Every day he would go down it with shovel and cart the refuse outside of the city. There's a large chasm which Erica would dump the refuse into.
Thank you, ma'am. And was there anything unusual on the day he disappeared?
No, nothing.
So he just failed to show up for supper?
Yes, he left in the morning and didn't come home in the evening. I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be of any more help to you. That's all I know.
It's already been more than enough.
The Grey Cloaks tried to convince me that he fell into the chasm and died from the fall, but surely not.
Seems unusual.
Seems unlikely.
Worked that route for a long
me.
time. I can't see why your husband. I dare say he was a strong and capable man who knew what he was about, knew his job well. I dare say.
Oh, he was incredible, the best.
As I thought. Well, we won't take any more of your time, but we appreciate your hospitality. We thank you for the refreshment, and we'll give you some peace now. If we do learn anything that may shed some light on this, we will be back and let you know. But for now, thank you.
For any hard times you may go through, and I slip her 5 pieces of silver.
Oh, thank you, dear. And if you do manage to find him, he had a large oval scar on the side of his face.
We will certainly remember that.
All right, please leave me. I'm overcome. And she starts to weep again into a cloth that she brings up to her eyes.
I
quietly stand and just leave. Just leave her with dignity.
And I also quietly walk out as quietly as I can with my 60-pound shield and scale mail on, and gently close the door behind me.
I quietly descend the ladder, wearing only my lightweight robes.
Ugh, man, maybe I should have become a Missed it. What I apologize. I forget your role. A
Evoker.
what was your class? Uh, I should have been an evoker. As I climbed down the stairs as well.
Yeah. The blacksmith is like cleaning up after a long day, cleaning up the soot and ashes and grease. Says, if you can stop that woman's infernal crying. It's been days of this. I can't live like this.
Well, we're friends from out of town, but we're hoping to look into things and maybe bring her a little bit of closure. Maybe that would help. Who knows?
Hey, you there. You'd best be taking off that armor. The gray cloaks they don't like it when you're wearing steel like that around the town.
Thank you kindly for the tip, mister.
It makes it look like you're inviting trouble. That's all I have to say to you. All right, but take care. Here, come back tomorrow if you need any steel.
You might just do that.
And he goes back to cleaning his forge.
We show ourselves out.
And yep. That was interesting, Giovanni. If the orcs are at the bottom of it, it would appear that the gray cloaks are covering for them. Did you catch that?
Yes. It's either that or the orcs are a convenient scapegoat for other more nefarious things. I know we're obviously supposed to just be finding dirt on orcs, and it probably is. But it strikes me as they're a very obvious target right now.
Ah, I've always said you have a bigger brain than me, Giovanni. I didn't think of that. All right, shall we find our
For
lodging?
now, yes. And I think it might be worth our while returning to the blacksmith tomorrow, passing him some coin for some sort of work, and see if he knows any more information. But we'll see. Tomorrow's a new day. Maybe not.
Indeed, he might know more than he lets on. And I march off towards the next street where I hope to find our lodgings.
Yeah, the Bronze Falcon is on the next street over. It's got this large painted falcon above the door, lettered with it in Samnite below. The Bronze Falcon. It's an imposing establishment. It's got to be 3 stories tall, with smoke wafting out of several chimneys. And you hear the sounds of music and revelry and bits of smoke coming out from the door.
My goodness.
From
It's just-
having been here before, does this have anything to do with the Veterans Guild? Do they have any kind of unofficial tie to the vineyards or anything like that?
Not as far as you know. They just supply them.
Okay. Fair. I didn't know if it was, one of those sort of the favoured place that everyone from the guild stays, or if it was just Okay,
Yeah, everyone from the guild
yeah.
does go here just because of its location.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll follow on in, I guess.
Yeah. Entering the Falcon, it's set up, the main room is set up with all low tables and cushions that you can lay down. Everyone is sipping from polished wooden bowls filled with wine, low bowls. And a lot of them are smoking centralized, there's glass tubes that have boiling water with herbs inside. And people are putting tubes to their lips and taking long draws of the smoke that comes out.
Well, I don't know about you, but it's been a long day of travel. I definitely need to put my feet up, get some wine, get some bread, get some cheese, make a meal of this, and then look into this tomorrow.
Indeed. I reach my arms back to the sky and stretch. Let's go ask that page boy over there. Page boy, that doesn't seem right. Let's go ask that barmaid over there if they have an empty room. And I walk to the bar.
Yeah, there's a wench over there just polishing some of the bowls. All right, what do you need?
2 rooms, please, miss.
All right.
And
2 rooms at the Falcon is going to run you 4 gold. We'll do meals for an additional 2.
oh, prices go up.
Yeah, well, it's hard to run an establishment around here these days. You gotta pay money to the guild. Gotta pay money to the cloaks. Gotta pay money to the orcs.
You have to pay the orcs. That never used to be the case.
Yeah, well, it's not the same city it used to be. You know how it is. They come around. It would be a real shame if your establishment burned to the ground. They call it fire insurance.
Indeed. My mate and I have been out of town for a couple months on some other missions. This is very new. Well,
Are you from
I don't know
are
we
you
can
from
do
the
anything
Vintners?
about it tonight. Yes, what's it to you?
Well, the Vintners come here all the time, and I don't think I've ever seen you around before.
Like I said, we've been out of town for a couple months on some other missions.
All right. All right. Well, it's 6 gold for your 2 rooms. Would you like any wine?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
All right. It's a silver for a bowl
Definitely.
of wine.
I clank down a coin on the table.
Well,
All right. And she goes over to a barrel and unstops it and pours a bowl full and hands it to you.
I put down 5 gold to make up the rest of the cost of the room, and sort of just as I raise up the glass of wine, it's like, well, I guess there's your 2 gold anyway. Sort of slide the 5 gold coin over to pay most of the tab.
Yeah, she'll pocket the cash and pour you a bowl as well. She says, "To life," and hands it to you.
Thank you.
Life.
And she gets back to cleaning bowls, putting stuff away.
Fantastic.
There's quite a few open
Did-
spots around the room at the low cushions. People are starting to file out for bed.
Great. Yeah. Did she give us a key or point us in the direction of the room or something like that? We sort of know where our room is.
Oh, yeah,
Do we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Take the keys.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We'll just take a seat
It's
for now.
up the stairs. First door on your left. Second door on your left.
Much obliged. Yeah. For
Thank
now,
you.
I'm just going to go over and sit on one of the low seats and sip my wine. And if I can get some food and because we paid and ordered a meal, right? So I'm just going to sit around and eat some food, drink some wine, and just try and get a feel for the place. For the time being, I'm just going to see if I can hear any conversations about goings on in the city, but specifically listening if there's any more signs of sort of grievances about the waste refuse collection and people disappearing and things of that nature.
Sure, roll perception. The DC for this is 15.
Okay.
It's hard to get a good grasp of what's going on in the room. It's just so loud in the haze of smoke. But you do catch the occasional conversation of people bemoaning the price of grapes and wishing that all the goods weren't being sold up the river to Florencia.
Okay.
There is a lot of negativity around you.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, yeah, I stay down until my wine's finished and my meal's done, and then feeling thoroughly depressed and miserable about all of the things going wrong in this city that I've been hearing about, I'll retire to my room in a foul mood.
As you're eating, a man comes over and sits down at your table. There's a few empty spots, and he takes one of the tubes that go to the hookah in the middle of the table, and he takes a long pull from it. Do you ever use the herbs?
I can't say I partake myself, no, but you go right ahead.
You should really try them.
To be honest, you've picked a good table to come to.
They've started buying herbs from the witch that lives out by the crevice.
Ah, the witch by the crevice, you say.
And you see, like, his pupils are like crazy dilated. Yes, there's a witch that lives just outside this. They say that she was Alvise's sister, but I think that's a load of rubbish. Surely the prefect would have taken care of her if that was true.
And by taken care of, you mean...
I think you understand what I mean.
Given a generous retirement and a comfortable country villa somewhere just outside the city to grow herbs and sell them.
That's right. She's gonna get a nice vacation up in the country. But sorry, you were saying something to me, and I think I interrupted you.
My mate and I were just noticing. Sorry, my mate and I were just noticing that people are rather upset in the city since we were here last. Do you know why?
Yeah. There's been a lot of uncertainty, a lot of crime, a lot of violence, which the city is just not used to. Ever since that nasty business in Levici, it feels like things have been going down. Did you hear about that business that happened in Levici? Oh, it must have been a year ago now.
Only
No, we've been...
It didn't make very much sense, to be honest. You probably have the better.
And I've been mostly on the outs. We've been on the outs. I've been on the outskirts of society fighting barbarians.
They say that there was a spirit that came out of the woods and it slaughtered the entire population of the city. And it was only the prefect and his entourage that saved a few of the survivors. Nasty, brutish business.
That's awful.
So what brings the two of you to the Falcon? It's not often that we get new people around here these days.
We're mostly just passing through, really. We wanted to pay a brief visit to an old friend of ours who's going through a bit of a rough patch at the moment.
Now, I know things sound rough in the city right now, but trust me, it's not always like this. It's just because this establishment is located so close to the Orc district of the city, and the entrances specifically. I think that's why the spirits are so low. We catch the brunt of what's been going on in the city.
Indeed.
I'm actually
the orcs getting...
I'm a stonemason, and business around here is just terrible. I have to go into entirely different districts to get new customers.
Indeed. Do you mean you have to deal with other families?
Oh, I deal with all kinds, but I don't know. The people around here are very cagey. They're not looking to spend coin on new constructions, except for old Altavio, of course. Of course, he's got more coin than the spirits themselves, right?
He always seems to come up smelling of roses, that one.
Yes, he does. He's extraordinarily shrewd.
we've, as we understand it as well, quite a few of the businesses have been changing hands, and the orcs have been taking over quite a few industries. I gather, for the time being, stonemasonry must be a pretty safe bet. I can't see them building anything too substantial just yet, but they seem to have moved in on a few other things. Is that?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very curious because not many orcs come into the city, but it feels like their numbers are continually growing. I see them all the time, even outside of their own district. But
That is quite strange.
how would I know?
That is strange. Were they a fast breeding race before?
I don't even know where do orcs even come from. There are no women among them. Have you seen them? I mean, they don't really have male and female like we do.
Not up close. Nobody wants to see one up close, but I have seen them in passing.
Yeah. They have this strange androgynous look to them. It's curious. But anyway, I should really be getting off to bed. Are you staying at the Falcon?
We are.
Indeed.
All right, well, I will see you in the morning then. Oh, my name is Decimo, by the way.
Pleasure to meet
All right,
you,
Decimo.
Giovanni.
And Bracazio.
Very nice
Don't
to meet
smoke too much of the good stuff,
you. Oh,
Decimo.
it wears off quickly. You should try it.
Well, why not? One drag before bed. I take a generous whiff of from the end of the hookah that's closest to me.
Yeah. For a minute, you don't feel anything, but eventually you start feeling like a little lightheaded and woozy. And the walls start to look like they're melting. Everything starts to like... And the colors blend together a little bit. And you...
Oh, goodness.
You like look at
Giovanni.
people and it looks like their faces are just like gravity is pulling them off a little bit. But then you like focus your eyes and then everything snaps back to normal as the smoke starts to wear off.
Oh, goodness, Giovanni. They don't make these herbs like they used to. I need to go sleep this off. And I lurch towards the stairs.
I will stand up and cautiously follow in a position ready to... Is Bracazio still wearing armor?
Yes.
In which case, I don't take position to catch him from behind. If he falls in armor, you're falling, I'm afraid.
Decimo stands up from the cushions as well, and he takes out his key, and he sways back and forth. Ooh.
It appears I do make it to the bottom of the stairs without mishap, and start climbing up the solid, though dated, though slightly worn oak staircase.
Yeah, I will follow suit. Yeah, I'm gonna head up to bed as well.
All right, the rooms are well apportioned for people of your social class. They have like comfortable feather beds and bits of furniture you can use.
Oh, not bad, as usual.
Is there a window? Do I have an outlook onto anything?
There is no window. You are in an internal room.
Okay. That is fine. Yeah. In which case, yeah, for the time being, I'm just going to take off my traveling clothes, sort of put them up, try and hang them up, brush the travel dust off them as best I can, and then I'm just gonna, take myself to bed, blow out the oil lantern. I'm imagining probably is lighting the room, and I'm just gonna go to bed and sleep through till morning, hopefully.
All right.
And I also, yeah.
Yeah. You both sleep well. Brancazio, you have strange dreams. Dreams of melting things and strange colors and fields ablaze. But you both wake up safe and sound the next day with the smell of cooking meats and sweet things coming wafting in from the main room below.
I wake up and do not put on my armor because it's heavy as shit, and head downstairs for breakfast.
Yeah, the smell gets so much stronger as you make your way down. There's like cooked meats and sweet breads and gruel, and then there's the eternal stew that they have always going. Oh, top of the morning to you. Yeah, there says
Thank you. Top of the morning to you.
says a young man. You didn't see him in there the night before, but he's like greedily eating some fried meats.
Mm.
What brings you to this establishment? I don't recognize your face.
I'm just a traveling mercenary. I've been out of town for a couple months, and I'm
Well-
back to get some good grub.
Well, mercenary is a good profession to be in these days. That's to say for sure. Well, I hope you have
What makes you say that? The orcs?
Seems like fighting's the only thing people around here have been doing these days. Seems like every day there's another clash on the streets.
Indeed, and what seems to be starting them?
Well, it's different things every time. Sometimes it's the grey cloaks fighting with the people, and the people fighting with the orcs, and the orcs fighting with the grey cloaks. But usually the grey cloaks are involved.
Interesting.
It's nothing
I'll
but
be sure to.
battens and bribes these days.
Well, thank you for the heads up. I'll try to avoid the cloaks.
That's wise. And he goes back to just shoveling meat into his mouth.
And I knock on the counter to get the attention of a wench so I can get some breakfast.
Oi, what would you like? We've got meats, we've got porridge, eggs, stew.
I'll have a little of everything, miss.
Yeah, and she goes around and piles a few things onto plates, and she also serves you like a small bowl full of wine.
Lovely. Thank you. How much extra for a piece of you? Is that
And she
appropriate?
slaps your hand away. Not for sale. And she goes back about her work.
All right, I start eating hungrily while I wait for Giovanni to wake up.
Yeah. While this is happening, I turn over in my bed, snore a little bit more, and continue to sleep for another sort of 20 minutes or so, just not wanting to get up. But I will eventually, reluctantly wander downstairs and get some food.
Yeah, the smell down there is just divine. Bracazio is just greedily eating.
I will. Oh, what's good?
Oh, everything, I answer with a mouthful of bread.
What'll it be for you, sir? Would you like the sweetmeats, the bread?
I'll take some of the sweet bread and some of those oats if you've got them.
Yeah, and she loads up a bowl with those and shoves them in your direction. And here's some wine.
Just the thing. Yeah, I start with the wine and then make a move on with the sweet bread and the porridge and stuff. Just look, I want to have a quick look around. This place seems to be doing a fairly average trade. It's really a booming trade. It's clearly not empty.
Yeah, it's not empty, but it's not full either. It's maybe 30% at capacity.
Okay. Yeah. So, Ricasio. Okay, actually, I want to have a quick check. I don't want to be super paranoid, but I'm going to have a quick look around the room and see, is anyone paying any attention to us?
You see Decimo at another low table. He's casting a glance in your direction every now and again.
Okay. Great. Yeah. So, Casio, what do you think our game plan is for today? Then, I think we need to investigate a bit more, and figure out what's going on with this refuse collecting packet. But I don't know how much we want to tip our hand to that. Too early? What do you think?
Indeed. I'm not sure the right way to go about that because we probably only get one chance to infiltrate. Oh yes, I learned something while you were asleep. We already knew that there's there's a lot of conflict and dissatisfaction. It appears that the cloaks are going about their old ways of terrorizing the poor folks and demanding bribes, but they've gone to another level.
Okay. Concerning.
Do we know who the Grey Cloaks report to?
No, I don't see why you would know that.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately they report to the prefect, but like who their leader is below that, who knows?
Yeah. For the time being, I guess
Thanks.
we just stay out of their way then, don't we? As best we can.
Indeed, as much as we can. Gentlemen, I just have to grab a charger from my laptop. I'll be right back.
All right. Now sounds like a good time for just a quick 5-minute break. I will be back.
Sure.
All right, I'm back. Thanks for your patience. Hello?
Yeah, you probably missed. Tim's just gone and grabbed basically a quick 5-minute break just to nip to the loo, grab a drink if you want, etc.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so he probably
What do
thought
we-
you were still there to hear that, but you'd already gone to grab your charge of it. That's why we both disappeared.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's the downside of not
I mean,
having the video.
I guess, yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Yeah. Are we thinking
As you
another
guys are
hour about
talking, the door to the Falcon like bangs open, and it slams into the wall behind it, and in walks a short man with a twisted nose and watery eyes. He's wearing a long gray cloak, and he's got 2 silver chains going across his chest that like loop around. And he goes down and sits at the bar, and he has a few hushed words with the tender. And she brings him out a plate covered in food and meats and wine. And as she's leaving, he like grabs her arm, and then she like struggles for a second and gets out of his grip.
Is Joe still here, or is it because there was a brief crossover?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check.
Yep. No, I'm still here. The video
that's fine.
quality wasn't enough. Yeah. That's a strange looking chap over there. Did you see more about him, Giovanni? I was looking at my food.
I didn't see too much. Does the bartender look offended enough about this that I could go and ask questions about it, or does the bartender also look like this is a private matter and they don't want? Are they trying to brush it off and not make anything of it?
Yeah, she looks scared, and she's like hugging to the other side of the room now, serving the customers around there. The gray cloak is just sitting, gently chewing on his food, humming a tune.
He doesn't seem bothered by having just come in and... It was the grey cloak that came in and threatened it, right?
Yeah, he doesn't seem bothered at all. He's like humming a tune and
Okay.
chewing on his breakfast.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think we just need to stay out of the grey cloak's way for the time being.
Yeah, I agree. They weren't kidding about the cloaks getting too big for their britches.
Yeah. Right now, though, I feel probably not the people to do anything about that right now, right?
Agreed. Now, are there any other people in the restaurant we could get intel from?
There's a few people scattered about. Most of them are people you might know from the Vintners Guild. There's also... Oh my goodness. What's it? Decimo from last night.
Right.
I mean, we can check in with a few people from the guild that I recognize around here, but I get the impression we're just going to hear the same rumors.
Agreed.
I feel like, as far as I can tell, we could head out and try and locate this crevasse place that they're throwing all of the refuse in. I'm not sure that it would tell us very much, but it's something we could try and find. We could try and trace Eriko's route a little bit better and figure out more specifically what happened to him. I agree with what you said earlier. Rushing straight in and trying to infiltrate the Orcs district right now is it's a bit too much of a risk, because I agree with you. If/when that goes wrong, we're done for.
I agree. I'm also a little bit stuck. But perhaps there will be something at the chasm.
We could try and get into one of these other jobs ourselves, but it seems like if the orcs are doing such a good job of chasing out everyone who's already working in them, I'm not quite sure how we would wheedle our way in from outside.
Perhaps. We are both trained warriors, so the orcs would have a harder time offing us than a poor servant who's never lifted a sword in his life.
Possibly, but I'm not sure that's quite the evidence that we're looking for, right? We picked a fight with some orcs and they fought back. I doubt that's quite damning.
Right. Agreed. We need to see them moving some human flesh.
Yeah.
If only there were, if only there was some way for us to see it and record what our eyes see. Hmm. Sounds like something witches would do.
Are you proposing we go and speak to the witch who's selling the good hookah? Is that?
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, maybe we put it on the lower priority for now, huh?
Ah, fine. I'll wait till later to get more of those herbs. All right, are we off to the chasm?
I think whilst we're still in town, we could possibly try and. Would anyone have seen Erico? Is it worth trying to trace his final steps, his final? You know, did he collect all of the refuse that day, and was it on her way to the chasm that he disappeared? Would anyone know? Maybe the blacksmith, or figure out who was at the end of the route. Maybe see if they did actually have their waste collected that day.
That's a good point, Giovanni. I wonder if he's got any mates left in the trade. They made it sound like it's mostly orcs. Perhaps that blacksmith does know something.
Maybe. I don't suppose that armor of yours needs a tune-up, does it? He's probably going to be more willing to talk to us if we're passing him some gold. I'd hate to do it for nothing.
I can always use an excuse to get my battle axe sharpened.
Let's do that then.
All right.
Assuming none of the cloaks see you wandering around with a battle axe, eh?
Right. What is the mechanic for not carrying my armor or not wearing it?
So if you wear armor just around the city, you can get fined.
Do we assume a storage?
Well, you can do whatever you want with it.
Right. I'm just like, do I have to have this? Okay.
Sorry, Joseph, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you leave the chat
like it
and
does
rejoin?
in Call of Duty?
Okay, I'm just going to kick him out and get him to rejoin. Sorry. Sorry, Joseph. All right, maybe we can hear you now. Sorry, you were breaking up quite a bit.
Testing.
Yeah, that's a little better now.
That seems better.
Okay. I'm just asking if I need a storage place for my weapons and armor, or if they just magically appear when I want them, like in Call of Duty.
No, they do not magically appear when you want them.
Okay, real world, gotcha. Well then, maybe I could. I'll see if I can leave my weapons at the Bronze Falcon, my armor at the Bronze Falcon and battle at under my cloak.
Yeah. If you want to, you can always just pack it up and put it in your bags. It'll be bulky, but not impossible.
I see. All right, I'll put it. I put it in my. I trust most of the people here, but you never want to leave armor worth 60 gold coins laying about.
It's true.
I finish a number more sweetbreads and pastries, and then eventually look over and just, so, are you packed up and ready to go now, or do you still need a little bit more time? I mean, give me about 10 seconds to pack up my stuff, and I reach over and pick up my quarterstaff. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready. Are you?
All right.
You good?
Yeah. Just rub that in, will you? Yes, I'm good to go.
Yeah, you can hear a bit of clamor
Alright.
from outside, like the ringing of metal on stone.
Oh. Okay, I hurry to the door and sort of, cautiously exit out of the door, but sort of stand aside, ready for something to be happening.
Outside, the waste collection is here, and they're shoveling refuse and excrement into the back of a cart. The cart is like mostly covered with a rough cloth. There's 2 orcs doing the shoveling. They're like these. Their shape is vaguely humanoid, but they've got this sickly grayish skin. And they've got like little bits of black liquid that are like dribbling out of the cavity that one could call a mouth. And there's also 2 armed and armored guards that are standing watch at the front of the procession. As they're just shoveling it. They're just standing there watching.
Is it? But the guards are also orcs, presumably.
Yeah, they are. They have that same grayish, sickly skin.
Okay. And is it just like a hand cart they're carrying, or have they got like any beast of burden pulling it?
Yeah, it's a wheeled cart, but it looks like the 2 orcs are just pulling it by hand.
They're just pulling. Okay. I mean, we could cautiously and quietly just follow them along for a little bit.
Indeed. That sounds like a great plan. I wasn't sure we would find anything at the chasm anyways.
I wasn't very hopeful myself. The only thing, well, let's just start wandering this way and, well, see if we might have to double back a little bit, pretend to have forgotten something, and try and zigzag around a little bit. Because if we literally follow along behind these guys, they're going to get pretty suspicious. But let's just head this way for a while. And I sort of start wandering off up the road, still in sight of the cart. And then, at the top of the road, at a junction, I'm going to I'm going to take out like a coin purse and spill a few coins on the ground underneath a tree off to one corner of this junction, and sort of just basically start trying to pick these things up and sideways just keep an eye on the refuse group, but I'm sort of making a meal of trying to pick up these things that I've just dropped in the dirt, and really trying to just be there for as long as I can, trying to pick these things up and scrabbling around.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to you, a man appears beside you. It's a gray cloak making his rounds, and he stoops down to like help you pick up your coins. He gets like a handful of them and hands them to you. And he's a pleasant-looking man with kind eyes. He gives you a nod. Goes back to doing his rounds. But as you're doing that, the waste cart has moved on from the Bronze Falcon over to its next location, and they've started shoveling in the refuse from the next house.
Okay. What kind of pace are they making down the street? Would it be feasible to try and tag along, or are they going at such a slow pace that would just be a ridiculous thing that anyone would be hanging around that length of time?
It is quite slow. It's a slow process, and like the guards are constantly eyeing people down, and everyone's giving them a wide berth.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense. Okay. Well, yeah, I take a right down the sort of this intersection and just move out of sight of them, and just lean on the. It's I look over. Is Procasio? Did you follow along or?
Yeah, and after pretending to look in one shop window, I realize the rest of the street is so poor, there's no more shop windows to pretend to look into, so I follow you around the corner.
Yeah, there's a lot of closed up businesses in this general area.
Okay. I would still be vaguely curious to see where they go, but I don't think we're going to learn anything from just watching them picking up rubbish. And
No.
we're definitely going to draw attention if we stand on the streets watching them do it.
Indeed. And even if we looped around the block multiple times to see them, I think someone would still get suspicious.
I think so. Even if you put your armor on and took it off again and put it on and took it off again, I still think they might clock you.
Well, I can't think of a better plan than going down to the blacksmith to see if he knows anything.
I think so.
All right, then I head towards the blacksmith at a steady walk on the dusty town streets.
His place of business is open, as he described. The smell of smoke and oil is coming from it, even stronger than yesterday. You hear from within the clang, clang, clang of metal on metal, and then a tss. As you walk in, he gets a cloth and cleans off his hands and says, "Good morning. Welcome back.
Hello, good sir.
What can I do for you?"
How much to refurbish this battle axe?
He says, "May I?" And he holds out a hand.
Of course. And I hand it over.
And he looks it down, looks at the balance, holds it in his hand. It's a fine piece. It could use a sharpen. It'll be 2 copper for the sharpen.
That's a fair price. Whenever you please. Are you able to do it today?
Well, I can do it right now. I just finished with my last piece. And he points to like a well-apportioned dagger that he just quenched. It's got the tang, so he's just got to attach a handle now. And he's got a small spinning wheel on the one side, a wetting stone. He gets it going with like a foot pedal and wets it with water, and he gently holds it at an angle against and shing, and sharpens it. It only takes him a few minutes.
Whilst he's doing that, could I sort of retreat into a darker corner at the back of the shop? I'm not trying to hide from the blacksmith, obviously, but into a darker corner of the blacksmith shop and look out onto the street and see if I can see anybody in particular, whether Decimo or anyone else seems to have followed us around.
Yeah, sure. Roll perception. You actually do see someone that you recognize. It's that gray cloak that barged into the Bronze Falcon. He's the small man with the crooked nose and watery eyes. He just is walking by the shop right now.
But he's not paying any attention to us or the shop in particular. He just happens to walk past and I recognize him.
Well, he's looking everywhere. Like, he does look into the shop.
Okay.
He focuses like his steely eyes on you for just a second.
Okay.
Wait, can he see him? As I thought Giovanni was hidden in a darker corner of the shop.
Yeah, I think he'll make eye contact with you. He's specifically like searching out things.
Okay. Yep.
And the blacksmith says to you, "Have you seen Eduardo before? That man out on the street?"
Yes, just last night at the no, this morning at the bronze falcon. He nearly made the poor barmaid cry.
Sounds like him. He's not a man you want to be on his bad side. He'll pick you up and throw you down as fast as he'll look at you. You know, he's the legate of the Grey Cloaks. He's their lieutenant, you might say.
Huh. And what did you say his name was? Eduardo?
Eduardo. He reports directly to the prefect, I'm told. He's a cruel man. He's taken to spending his time patrolling these streets right next to the entrance to the Orc District. Honestly, it's the best place that we could have him, whereas particular talents can be of the most use. But anyways, here's your axe. Say, what does a man like you have need of a weapon of war for? And, yeah, seeing that Brancazio has gone a little bit silent, he turns to Giovanni and says, I'm finished with the axe. Was there anything that you needed?
Not especially. Though, if you do have a moment or so, I suppose it is a rather fine job. I think a fair tip is in order, and I'll get 3 copper out and add that to the, or place it on an anvil that's sort of near where I'm standing.
Thank you kindly.
Just, fine work should always be tipped well. But with as you saw last night, sorry again to have disturbed you, but we're trying to help out Asler a little bit. I don't suppose you know anything about Ariko's waste collection route, and particularly on the day that he went missing. Do you know where he usually finished? Do you know, did he finish the route? Is there someone that is normally at the end of the route we could ask about? We're just trying to see if we can work out where he went. As you might establish, we're not just travelers. We have a few additional skills that sometimes require a battle axe.
Yes. Yeah, Acella asked me about this a few times herself. I remember seeing him leave in the morning. That was just when I was stoking my fires at the start of the day. He would leave mostly before dawn every day. And he would start around here, make his way up, go around down the next street, the next one, and the 4th one. And that would be the end of his route. But after he left, I didn't see him all day. But
I imagine.
I think Acella asked around, and I think he did. Oh, look, she's been talking to me about it nonstop. And she's been asking around, and I think he did make it to the end of his route, which is why the Grey Cloaks thought he maybe tumbled into the crevasse.
I see. Well, it's useful to know anyway. Thank you for your time.
It's so frustrating. The orcs don't do nearly as good as the job as Eriko. He was always prompt, and he did it all by himself. He didn't need a 4-man crew to take out the waste. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm going to guess the price has gone up.
Yeah, well, they always expect a tip, you know?
Yeah.
It's becoming impossible to run my store around here. I've been looking into selling my shop, but I mean, who wants to buy in this location?
Of course,
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah, you looking to buy a
I
blacksmith
must
shop?
No, thank you,
Hard
sir.
to say
I
that I
want to
am.
retire. I want to retire in a little hut on the outskirts of some pretty town.
That's a big dream.
Well, I've recovered from my faint. Let me pay you for your services, sir. The axe looks wonderful.
Oh, your companion already took care of it.
Ah,
I got it.
thank you,
Hey.
Giovanni. I'll pay you back later.
If you're looking for a good payout, you might want to look into Marcellus. I heard he's been paying excellent wages for good soldiers.
Thank you.
That's
Who's
Alvise's
that
nephew,
again?
I believe.
Marcellus.
Were you at the wedding? He was married recently to one of Ottavio's daughters.
Say he's his
We were, I
nephew.
think, weren't we?
Sorry, you guys both spoke
Was
at the
that
same
down
time.
in Turin?
That was it was in Salernium. It was maybe 3 months ago now.
So I guess we were not at that wedding, right?
Oh yeah, you can decide if you were here during that period. I mean, it was all the rage. People came around from all over.
I'm trying. The people getting married, were they tied into the Vintners Guild and the family from Turin?
Yeah, Alvise's wife is the daughter of Ottavio, the leader of the Vintners Guild.
Cool. In which case, probably I would say that yes.
Wasn't
Giovanni
it quite the
was
spectacle?
there. Oh, indeed.
Did you see when
Indeed.
Marcellus
as you
rode in on horseback and he took out his sword, that like purple crystal sword that he walks around with?
It's certainly eye-catching, isn't it? Yeah. I particularly appreciated the custom vases and goblets they had for the toast and the wine. I'm a bit of a glass blower myself occasionally, and
Really?
the work that they put into those things just for that occasion. Oh, I was a big admirer.
That is quite the profession to have. Do you do that for a job?
It's more a hobby. I can't say I'm terribly good. That's why I was so impressed with the goblets. It's a little outside of my reach, I think.
I see. Well, if you have any wares to show me, I'd love to take a look.
Mostly trinkets, baubles, and that sorts of things. Really, I will pull out a couple of my a couple of sort of coloured and shaped glass beads that I've set into a couple of kind of like almost like a bracelet. Not my craft, not my sigil casting stones, just a couple of other sort of decorative glass beads that I sort of put some swirls and some patterns and some sort of spirit designs on, that kind of thing.
Oh, beautiful work. If you ever sell cups or drinking vessels, I would love to own one.
I'm not sure I could quite turn my talents to that level. You really need some precision to keep to give the shine of the wine and to get the level just right and to keep them truly sealed. And it's I but dabble.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, but I should really be getting back to my work. I've got a few projects on the go.
Of course.
And he
We've
goes
already
over to his bellows and
taken up
starts.
a great deal of your time.
And we head out towards the street.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, by this time, the
Now,
waste collectors have moved a little further on. They're still glaring at people and shoveling. The cart that they're dragging is like covered by a rough cloth, so that only the part where they're shoveling into is exposed.
did you notice, Giovanni, that he said it takes a crew of 4 to do the work that one man used to do? And I thought orcs were stronger than men. Even if they're being lazy, I can't see them needing more than 2 to carry the refuse.
No. To be charitable, they might be covering a longer route and picking up more in one trip. Maybe.
I, I suppose, possibly, but I would like to know what's under those cloths.
I'm also curious. Have you got a plan to achieve that?
Not yet, but I'd like to keep it at the back of our minds. Huh.
Indeed.
I wonder if the blacksmith, I wonder if they ever stop for a drink along their route. You think the blacksmith would know?
You can check with him if you want, but my strong guess, judging by how they're going about, if they stop, it's going to be at a safe place that's either run or operated by the orcs. I doubt they just stop at a tavern, leave the wagon outside. Maybe. Doubt it
I
though.
doubt it too, but nobody's ever complimented the orcs on being bright.
True.
I admit it's a thin straw, but I don't know that we have any other good leads. Hmm. I don't Giovanni, I don't suppose you have any spells you can throw that would tell you what's under that cloth, would you?
Not really.
A shame. We're sort of stuck here, mate.
Just trying to just double check spells I did have, but I mean I'm pretty damn sure the answer is no, right?
Yeah, by this point, the refuse train is nearing the end of this street, and they're about to turn on to the last one.
Well, what do you say we at least saunter down the street behind them and see what way they turn?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Then I take off at a casual stroll down the street, but still a good many paces behind the refuse cart.
Yeah, and it's strange. They don't actually turn on to go onto the last street, but it looks like they're making their way to the gates of the city. There's one specific gate that's used for the refuse, which is uncreatively named the refuse gate. And yeah, their cart seems to be like buckling under the weight of everything they've collected.
Well, that's something. They didn't turn towards the refuse gate.
No, sorry. They did turn towards the refuse gate, but like they should have been, according to Erico, going to one more street.
Ah, okay. Well, they're moving at a quicker pace now, Giovanni. I think if we keep on at a stroll, we'll be able to keep them in sight without looking suspicious.
Worth a go.
All right then,
Remains to be
and we
seen if we
carry
can
on.
get through the refuse gate, but we can give it a go.
Hmm.
All right. If you're going to follow a ways
Casual
behind,
storm,
one
yeah.
of you can roll stealth to try to stay hidden in the crowds. DC
Okay.
is 14. You're not actually heavily armored, so you can just take the 21. Yeah, you managed to stay like a few lengths behind them, and they don't seem to have clocked you. At least as far as you reach the edge of the city. Like the gates, rather.
And do we see guards at the gate or anything that would appear to stop us?
Yeah, there are gray cloaks at the gate. As the refuse cart gets to the gate, they just wave them through.
Does it look like it's a gate exclusively for refuse, or are there other people going through it as well?
There are other people, but a lot less than the regular gates.
Okay.
I think we need a good story to get through this one, mate.
We need a story. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be that convincing. We're just heading out of the city for.
Right. Perhaps our cousin has suddenly fallen ill and we got called to go visit her.
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Not a long distance away. Just a little. Although no, too close to the city, and they might suspect. Yeah. That'll work. That'll work.
Sure. A little hamlet, a couple leagues down the road.
Exactly. Yeah. Because we don't really look dressed for long distance travel, but that'll. Yeah.
All right. Then we walk forwards towards the gate and attempt to just walk through the middle without contacting the gray cloaks.
Yeah, they put a hand out to you as you approach. What's your business leaving the city?
We're just going to visit. We're going to see my family. We just got word that my cousin has fallen ill.
And the other one turns towards you. And Giovanni, it's that guard with the kind eyes that helped you pick up your coins. He says, keeping a tight hold of your coin purse? With a little bit of a smile on his lips.
Yeah, I moved it to a rather more secure pocket. Don't want to be making that mistake again. Heavens.
Yeah, not a good place to be losing coins. But go on, go through.
Okay.
Take the normal.
And we walk.
Take the normal gates next time. You don't want to smell.
Of course.
And yeah, the scent in the air is just horrible.
Of course, we're just in a bit of a rush to get to family, but yes, we will for sure. Normal gates next time. Well, see you around, and
they wave you through.
it.
The refuse cart by this time is like almost out of sight.
Okay.
Okay. And did the refuse cart carry on down the road or did it turn off?
Yeah, it's continuing on the road.
Okay.
Stick with the road for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose we
leaving notable tracks, or is it just lost in amongst thousands of tracks?
Yeah, no, it's hard to tell. Just because the road is kind of hard. They are like dropping little bits of refuse every now and again.
Okay. In which case, as soon as we're out of earshot of the grey cloaks, I don't think we need to rush unduly. It looks like there's at least a trail to follow. I mean, we said we were in a rush to visit some family, so I guess we can rush a little bit, but we don't need to sprint after this cart lot.
Agreed. A brisk pace till we're out of sight of the gray coats, and then we can slow down. Perhaps behind that little copse of trees just there at the edge of the hill.
Yeah. Do we think it's worth putting on armor again, or? I mean, I'm not looking for a fight with these orcs, but
That's a good idea. I think we should do it also after we're out of sight of the Grey Cloaks.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, you can, stand in the middle of the road if you want and put all your armor on, big parade and show and dance of it. But I think probably we'd be better off.
No. All
Okay,
right, then
off
I
the next
suppose
rise
we.
and to that copse of trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, beyond the hill, you can see in the distance a great gash opening up in the earth. It's a giant ravine. You can hear maybe a trickle of water in the distance.
Okay. I stop to put on my armor, struggle with it, grunting and cursing for a few minutes, and then I am ready to carry on.
Yeah. By this point, the cart has reached the crevice, and it looks like they're getting ready to tip it in so that all the refuse slides in, obviously not the cart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay, I think cautiously, if we head to that rise just over to one side, and maybe we can just keep an eye on them for the time being without being spotted.
Definitely. I don't see anywhere with cover that's closer.
All right, you can both roll stealth. The DC for this is 13.
Okay, what could go wrong? Apparently, that could go wrong.
Apparently.
So
Unfortunately. Yeah, go
as
ahead.
the two orcs start tipping it up, it looks like the two guards have clocked you. They nudge each other and they start walking in your direction.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound now.
Yeah. Indeed. We can't really turn and run away. That would give this raise suspicion among them or among the Grey Cloaks.
Oh, absolutely. No, I think we just we accidentally threw out something with the morning rubbish, and we were wondering if there's any chance of getting it back.
Like I always say, Giovanni, this is why evokers have bigger brains than fighters. I love that idea.
The the orcs have made it
Excellent.
like a third
Well,
of the way, and they start
if
to
they
wave you
do,
over.
okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad you like the idea because I was thinking if they do, by some crazy chance, give us an opportunity to sift through all of that, I think you can take that jump.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll start walking over to the orcs as they've gestured for us to approach.
Yeah, and their cruel mockery of the human face looks down at you, and they glower and say, "Is there some kind of problem out here?"
Oh, well, it's probably not possible, we understand, but we recently moved in above the shop next to the blacksmith's. I think that's on your route, and well, my colleague here was a little bit too keen this morning in throwing out some of the rubbish, and unfortunately, a couple of a necklace and a jerkin that were rather not worth very much, I suppose, but sentimental to us anyway. We travelled a long distance with them, got thrown out with it. Is there any chance that maybe we could find it if you collected them, possibly?
It's too late for that. It's already in the ravine. I think it'd be best if the two of you start making your way back to the city now.
There's really no chance of us of just looking ourselves just to see if we could.
And he crosses his arms and he says, "It'd be a real shame if something were to happen to the two of you out here. There's a lot of territory, and what are the chances somebody would find you? Now go on, get."
I nod at Giovanni and turn around, glowering at the orc, but walking away.
That's right. Now don't come back. This is orc territory, you hear? And they start making their way
What do you
back to the
reckon the
cart.
chances are we can take them? What do you think?
I'd say better than 50-50. I'd love to put my battle axe between his ugly eyes.
Yeah, they kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Anywhere around here we could maybe get the jump on them?
Well, we've only walked 10 feet away, so we're within the range of my javelin and your spells.
That is true.
Do you see anyone else in the area who would give us away if we did it?
Hey, you two. Enough talking. Out of here.
We're still walking slowly
Any
along.
yells?
Yeah, if I look around, are we on a pretty quiet, abandoned area, or is there stuff going on?
Yeah, it's mostly gently rolling hills, the occasional copse of trees. And it looks like there's the edge of a fence, like just at the end of your line of sight. Farther away from the town, of course.
I don't see anyone. I'm game if you are, Giovanni.
I think we could sling some spells. I think we can take these guys and see what's going on.
Let's do it. I'll take the one on the left if you take the one on the right.
All right. Let's hope they're not looking our way.
And
All right. Well, if you guys are
after-
going to attack, let's all roll for initiative.
okay.
I had my icon clicked and I pressed in it, but it didn't seem to take.
Okay. I'll just manually add it for you.
Is that? I assume that is my token, right? I can try adding myself if it matters, but I guess we're not actually using it as a battle map, are we? So we're all good. Anyway.
All right.
And mine worked, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giovanni.
Okay. I
So I figured you guys have wandered like 40
Yeah.
feet away from them or so at this point.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, once we decide that this is going to happen, I just sort of quietly under my breath just go, okay, after 3,
Yep.
2, 1, and then I spin around first, and I've already got my slightly electric blue tinted glass bead in my hand. I sort of pull out a brief sigil sequence and launch off a jolt straight at the right hand in front of me.
So this hasn't come up so far, but on a
Okay.
critical success, you double all the effects of a sigil.
Awesome. I suddenly realized I should have probably told you this beforehand. I don't. On the spell generator, I put in like 1 distant, 1 heightened because I wanted to heighten it, and I need the distance
Oh yeah, don't worry,
to cover the
I trust you.
distance, right? Awesome. So yeah, I sort of, I would have run the 10 feet, blast off this this jolt, and that is so that's 2d6, right? The jolt.
Well, if it's heightened 1, that would be 4d6 because you double everything because you rolled a critical.
Of course. Of course. Of course. Thank you.
Yeah, that you kill it.
Awesome. Okay, so I finish the count, run forward briefly. This flash of blue in my hand, blast it forward, jolt of lightning just arcs across his chest, and he goes down in sort of just an electrical spasm and just hits the deck. And then I just run off to the side to make space for Bracazio.
All right, Bracazio.
And I also turn, pulling out my javelin as I do so, and throwing from long range.
Oh, when you throw from your long range, you have disadvantage on the attack.
Okay.
You can use your movement to get closer.
Right. Okay. So I also run the 10 feet to be within short range, and then hurl my javelin at the one on the left. The orc on the left.
That's a hit.
But not critical.
That's correct.
It stabs him under the collarbone, but 6 inches above the heart where I was aiming. Some blood spurts out. He reels, but starts to totter away and run back and stumble towards his mates at the crevice.
Yeah. Okay. It's his turn, and he like flashes at you with anger and says, "No!" And he just like charges towards you and pulls out a great axe. It's like a hunk of metal on the end of a stick, and he goes to slash at you.
So I
And that's a 20 to hit. Which obviously hits, and you take 15 points of slashing damage.
okay, and I describe that.
Yeah, so yeah, just describe what it looks like when he slashes at you.
Right. He comes at me with the sword higher than my head, slashes down at an angle through my arm and partly into my side before the blow finally loses its power as my arm drops to the ground, useless.
Okay.
Is that an appropriate level of damage?
I mean it's totally fine, but you are gonna like, if he cuts off your arm, he's gonna permanently maim you. You don't have to like be that intense with it.
Right, okay, fair enough. Maybe I see. Okay, maybe he doesn't chop my arm off. uh, maybe he just gives me a huge gash across the chest that immediately starts welling blood.
All right, and I believe you fall unconscious to the ground, right?
Is he attacking with advantage or not?
No. Like, he did 15 points of damage to you, right? I don't think you have more than 15 HP.
No, I have 12. Right.
Yeah, so that would knock you to the ground unconscious in a single blow.
Okay.
All right, Giovanni.
Well, this is going well. Okay.
Oh, the other two orcs, seeing like their fried companion, they just start fleeing like into the wilderness.
Okay. So I am from the side of the road where I sort of dive to. I'm going to run forwards, and can I get to them in my movement distance? I assume I can, right? So I just run up to them, still with my blue glass bead in my hand, and just reach out, pull together another sigil, and just slap a melee jolt onto the orc that's just hit Ocasio, which I don't know if there's a quicker way of doing this, but we'll figure it out for the time being. Damn. Well, that's a failed spell, right?
Yes. Well, what's you know the DC, right?
Yes, yeah. I was just looking and checking, but yeah, okay. So I reach out to try and release a bit of lightning over this orc, but yeah, just like grab hold of some like a leather bit of shoulder strap, and it just harmlessly dissipates off of the guy's leathers, and I'm just gonna stand there in fear.
All right, and then it is. Oh, it's what's his name? It's Broncasio's turn, so you're gonna have to make a death saving throw. So that's just a D20 roll.
It may have bitten off more than we can chew here early on, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So you can mark a success on your sheet. There's a place for marking successful and failed death saving throws.
Okay. Is that different than regular saving throws? Oh yes, I see that. Okay, so one
There
success.
should be 2
Yep.
tracks, yeah. All right, and then the orc with the great
And I get
axe.
0 hit points.
Yeah, and then the orc with the great axe is gonna try to like slam you with the pole upside the head for a 7 to hit.
Is that against me or?
Yes.
Yeah. 7 won't hit.
You can describe how it goes wide, like why it misses you.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. I stand there in terror, but also sort of very much on edge. And so as he pulls back with the axe, I sort of on the balls of my feet ready and just dive backwards just as he brings it up, and it just slices in front of my head. But I just like whip my head back and he misses.
All right, Giovanni.
Okay, I'm just gonna, yeah, pull in desperation the same sigil behind me and just try and slap another jolt onto this guy. Wow, this is swings. This is ups and downs, isn't it?
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay, and this one, obviously, I'd taken off the distance, but I'd still kept one heightened in place for a DC 13, so... Because I was concerned that this...
Yeah, that's a fatality.
Okay. Yeah, so just as this guy has just swung up, as I sort of like just jolt my head back and then pull this thing and just like slap a jolt straight onto his chest, and like with an arc of electricity blasting up, he sort of just like gets knocked backwards a foot with just this lightning flash through his body and just hits the deck, sort of like jolting and convulsing behind me.
You smell burnt
behind
flesh.
himself.
Burnt flesh and refuse and blood.
Yeah, unpleasant.
All right, Broncasio, please make another death saving throw.
Yeah.
What's the DC?
Giovanni, it's DC 10, so that's a fail. Giovanni, you see Broncasio bleeding out before you.
Yeah, I'm just going to, at this point, drop my glass bead, drop down, and panting heavily, I'm just going to rummage through my satchel and just try and, as best I can, pull together some crude sort of bandages and cloths, possibly tearing it off of my own stuff, and I'm just going to try and stem some of this bleeding.
All right, roll medicine. That's a success. Yeah, you manage to staunch the blood flow, and it starts clotting around those cloths that you've prepared. He seems stable.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a small wineskin I keep for just such occasions, and as I sort of still on the ground, but I sort of just try and lift his head up and pull him into sort of a bit of a sitting. Remind me, is he still unconscious but just no longer bleeding out, or is he back to 1 hit point?
Yeah, it'll be an hour before he's back to 1 HP.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember how that. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. As soon as I'm comfortable that he's stabilized, yeah, I sort of just. Yeah, check that he's got no further wounds, and then I'm going to look around just to make sure that the orcs that were running off are still running off. There's no one else heading our way. There's nothing that makes me immediately think we're still in peril. Just looking around, scan the horizon.
Yeah, the 2 orcs seem to have just run. They ran in the general direction of that like cottage that you saw earlier. You just saw the fence of it, but from this angle you can see it's like a little cottage.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to do the best I can to try and pick up, or at least sort of just lift up Bracazio and try and drag him off the roadway and into the sort of the thickest undergrowth that I can find, away from the cottage, but just trying to find like a copse of trees, doing the best I can to just sort of destroy any tracks that I might be making and sort of take him to this, like, yeah, the thickest undergrowth I can, and just try and secrete us both in there.
Yeah, he's brutally heavy with all of his armor and equipment, but after much cajoling, you can get him into a thicket.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to try and hide us there so that we're not going to be seen should anyone come back.
Yeah, so after all this effort, and it's probably been about an hour, so Brancazio, you regain consciousness with like searing pain across your chest.
Ah,
Oh,
bloody hell. What
please.
happened?
Pleased to see you back at least. Here's a little bit of wine. You might want to take it easy, but take a sip of that for now. We might have been a little bit too keen on that one, but hey, orcs are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's
friend.
good.
You're looking in pretty bad shape. Look, this whole thing seems a little bit pointless if I don't at least go and have a look in that car, right? You want to limp along with me there, and then we probably need to find a way to make some camp, get ourselves patched up, and well, I feel like we should get out of here because there's a couple of those orcs that hightailed it away from here, and they don't seem to have come back yet. But I'm still pretty concerned. Are you up to limping at least?
I don't know if I could walk that far. Perhaps I think you should look at the cart and then meet back here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a quick look over and see what I can find out. So yeah, I'm gonna run over to the refuse car and quickly look in it, cautiously look down this crevasse, see if there's anything here that I can see. I'm not putting my hands or anything into this muck, but I just want to check that it is all indeed refuse. There's nothing in here that's suspicious.
Yeah, at like the back of the cart, that's all like sewage, as you would expect. But as you make your way forward, it's like it looks like dirt, like soil. There's remnants of little bits of dirt left in the cart.
Okay. Is there a way I could take a little bit of the soil? Like put it in a little. If I've got like a bit of a coin purse or something on me, just to take a little bit.
Yeah, sure. You don't need to ask me. Yeah, go for it.
Sure. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this into a little pouch. I'd sigh heavily because it's just gonna make such a mess, but I do that. Look back, quick look down the crevasse, look back in grim and sort of try and clear my nose and throat from the disgusting stench that I can only imagine is coming out of this awful hole in the ground.
Yeah, the bodies of the orcs that you killed are also starting to break down like oddly fast. It's like a black, pungent liquid that's like bubbling out of their flesh, and their flesh is starting to like deform into like a soupy consistency.
That's not nice. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna. Is there? There doesn't happen to be a convenient dirt pile that I could throw some sand and dirt onto the road where they are. No.
You guys are a bit off from the road. It's like a ways off. They had to
Ah.
turn this way to get to the crevasse.
Okay. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna just gently put my shoulder to the cart and just see, is there any chance of me pushing the whole thing into the crevasse?
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a push, just see what I can do.
Yeah, it falls into the crevasse and crunches. It's quite deep, so you can like barely see the pieces.
Okay. And then I'm gonna run back to Picasso.
Yeah, the orcs had like leather armor on, it looked like, and they were using great axes as weapons.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the cart. Okay. Look, I don't really know what to make of this. There was a load of dirt in the cart. We could discuss that later. Right now, I still think we need to get out of here. You probably saw or heard I shoved the cart in the crevasse. I don't know if that was a good call or not, but it's done now. Do you reckon we should do anything with the leathers and the great axes and the evidence of the orcs that were there, or do we just leave them and book it?
We don't know how soon a horde of orcs will come back. I think we just leave. I think we just book it.
Yeah, and let's hope they didn't get a good look at us and recognize us, huh?
Sure.
This may have gone. This may have been a terrible mistake, but that's a problem for tomorrow.
Indeed.
Okay, let's limp ourselves around for now. As much as I don't like the idea of staying out here, I'm also not sure we should wander through the city gates right now looking like this.
Agreed.
You see that
And we
cottage off in the distance. The door seems to be open, and there's like somebody outside who's like waving in your general direction, and you hear like a yoo-hoo.
Well, that was unexpected. Can you tell from here if it's a man or a woman or an orc?
Yeah,
I don't. Can we?
hard to tell.
I
from
don't
this
actually know if
distance.
I'm asking
It's just like a
Giovanni
shape,
or...
but the voice
Ah.
sounds more woman.
Okay, this is either a very obvious trap, or possibly we should go over and speak to them.
Or a
We wouldn't
yeah,
live
a
so
kind
close.
woman. Pardon?
I mean, no offense, Procasio, but you look like death right now. But
Yeah. I think
should
it's...
we?
That didn't sound like an orc voice to me. I'm willing to risk it for shelter if you are.
Okay. Yeah, I think let's do that. But first, let me at least do this for you. And I pull out a deep sort of. It's not an emerald, but it's a sort of emerald-colored stone with a different sigil on it. And I sort of trace in front of Bracazio, sort of very angular sigil in the air, and just sort of gently touch his shoulder. And I'm going to try and cast ward on a friendly creature to give Bracazio at least a magical ward for the next hour. Okay. So, yeah, you have a... okay, I'd left heightened on, but I wasn't actually intending to heighten that one. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, you get a protective charm, right, that absorbs a blow. Resistance 3. As long as Tim knows what that means. There's a ward on you.
Yeah. You can decide what it looks like, but I imagine it is just like a little shimmering charm, almost like a field of energy that you can see when he moves around.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only question with that, just in terms of like a world aspect, how common is magic? How common is this kind of spell casting? And would this kind of, I mean, clearly this is quite an unusual thing, but is it something that people would see and just be like, huh, interesting? Or would it be like, what the hell is going on? This is weird.
Yeah, so evokers are kind of feared and respected. Invokers also kind of feared and respected, but invokers are a lot more common. There are way more of them.
Okay.
There's probably like maybe one other evoker in the city.
Okay.
If you show people, they'll probably react with respect rather than fear.
Okay, cool. So I was mostly just thinking from the point of view as well of like, if I put a ward on myself or someone else, you know, if it's sort of even vaguely visible, is that like a big deal? Or so that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I know what you mean.
People will definitely take note of it. It's going to make you not very stealthy.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I've done it, and I would still commit to doing it anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, that's okay. I can kind of get behind that. Almost like as you sort of turn, it almost catches the light, like a kind of almost a crystal layer on top, like just slightly refracting. Okay, cool. But yeah, I will then start heading over to this lady that has been waving at us.
Right. And I imagine you throw your arm over my shoulder, throw my arm over your shoulder, and we start hobbling that way.
It takes you a few minutes to get to the edge of the cottage, but it is like a wild place. There's like herbs growing from like 10 different gardens, and there's planters hung up all over the place, and there's like grass growing inside of the thatched roof. And the lady standing in the doorway waving you over, she looks like elegant and very refined, but she's got like a playful, joyful look to her eyes. She says, "Oh, you who? What are two young men like you doing in my woods? Doing in my neck of the woods?"
Coming to great harm, apparently. Making foolish decisions.
You would not believe it,
high spirit,
but
that sort of thing.
I just saw two orcs running through my cottage yard. You would not believe it. And she's like kicks a little bit of dirt over, and there's like a stain, like a puddle that's like drying into the ground.
A familiar black puddle?
Yeah. It's like, but one of the orcs seems to have escaped. This wouldn't happen to have been your doing, would it?
Well, I couldn't honestly tell you it isn't.
And she looks over at Brancasia and she's like, "Oh, darling, you look terrible, dear. Please, come in, come in."
I think you probably
And
need
I'm-
herbs at this point, don't you think?
And she starts like gathering herbs from different jars, and she has like a little bit of linen paper, and she puts all of the herbs together, chops them up a little bit, rolls it up into a cigar, and she puts it into Brancasio's mouth. She gets a little twig from the fire and lights it up. She says, "Please, please, inhale this."
Oh, you're too kind.
And as she puts the herbs together, you can hear like a little bit of music coming from it. It's like the sound of like chimes going off. And this is something that you've probably experienced before anytime you get close to like a spirit. Like a spirit is like a physical manifestation of the spiritual existence of a location. And the common term for this is the spirit song. And she says, "Oh, please, please, take this."
I choose to trust her and take a generous whiff of the cigar. It tastes slightly sweet, slightly woody, and it burns a little, but is pleasant as well.
And as you get through the cigar, the wounds on your chest start like knitting themselves together, and you regain 7 HP.
Oh my lord, what have you done to me? I feel so much better.
Oh, there's not many that know how to mix the herbs these days. It's a Linum family secret. I actually sell these things. Would you like to buy some of the cigars? They're 25 gold each.
Ah. They're so valuable, but I don't have the gold.
I would greatly like to take some of these. This is a wonderful bounty from this magical forest you have here.
Yes, I really
Seems
wish
very
that I
kind.
could sell them to you for cheaper, but the herbs are very hard to come by, and I need to purchase them myself.
I can imagine. Given the situation my friend seems to be in at the moment, do you have 3 of them available at the moment?
Yes.
I would
Oh,
be
but
delighted
I
to
am
take
being
those.
I am being so rude. My name is Cestia Linum. What are your names?
A pleasure to meet you. I am Giovanni de Turin.
Oh, Turin. What a disgusting... what a place.
It is certainly a place.
Why would they
And
build
I
a
am
city in the midst of a
Brancasio.
bog? It doesn't make sense.
Well, you need to be able to get out of the bog somehow.
Yes, I suppose so.
It's a nice refuge whilst you're stuck in the middle of the bog.
Yes. And you, what's
Not
your
so bad,
name?
really.
I am Brancasio of Turin. My apologies if I can't speak much. Your cigar's done wonders, but I'm still faint.
Oh dear, that's perfectly fine. Would you please explain to me what has been going on? I heard the great sounds of some kind of clash, and then you bring me here with this wounded man. I have to kill an orc on my property. What's going on?
Giovanni, would you mind explaining?
Apologies for any inconvenience we've caused you. That certainly was not our intent. I think, yes, a full explanation is the least we can do. We left the city following a few of these orcs because we were rather confused about various things that are going on in the city. I don't know how much you know more specifically or pertinently. I don't know how much you care to know what's going on in the city, but the gist, if you are interested, there's a lot of tension with the orcs at the moment. A lot of people are very curious about what may or may not be going on with them. And we took it upon ourselves to look a little more closely at some of these orcs as they were gathering their refuse and why it requires 4 of them and rather oversized carts to cover less than previously a mere man was covering. And as we got a little closer to investigate, well, the guards didn't take too kindly to us, and we took rather badly to them. And not seeing eye to eye, some regret on both sides, I suspect. Probably more on theirs.
It sounds like
Probably
they
very
regretted it
short-lived.
far more.
Briefly. And 2 of them regretted it long enough to run through your wood. And again, I can only apologize for the inconvenience that put you to.
Oh dear, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Anyone is slaying orcs is a friend of mine. Speaking of which, do you plan on continue to slay them? I cannot take those disgusting creatures muddying up my city.
Well, much as I love the sound of these cigars, I did buy them for purpose.
All right. And she
I doubt that's the last time we're going to have confrontation with the orcs.
she takes out like a little glass bottle. She says, "Well, it seems like you could use something like this." And he says, "This is a poison that will only affect orcs. It is made for their bodies, and a single touch should kill the less hardy of them."
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Curious.
How much for that?
Oh, please, it's on the house. You've done enough service to me so far. Just
Thank you.
Kill those disgusting creatures. What kind of fool would have let them into the city in the first place?
Well, it seems like even those that may have supported the Primarch are now having second thoughts about that issue.
Yes, well,
Or, wait, not well, whatever the name of the leader is.
he's the prefect.
Or
Yes, well, they do bring quite the amount of coin into the city. The flesh traders have certainly made their money off of this arrangement. But yes,
Indeed.
I half expected to see evidence of that in the cart, but no.
yes. Well, I think they ship all of their meat out by the river.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
What did you say was in the carts?
I didn't say, but it matters little. Dirt, strangely, and waste and refuse.
Dirt?
It would seem so.
Why would they be moving around dirt? That makes no sense.
No.
Those pitiful, stupid creatures. All right.
Yeah.
Well, young man, how are you feeling now?
A little better every minute, thank you. That
Well,
really
very
does
good.
wonders.
Man, I should really get back to my garden tending. Is there anything else I can do for you, young boys?
I don't suppose you have a
No,
place we could sleep for the night?
I'm afraid this is not an inn.
Of course.
Of course, we've taken up plenty of your hospitality. We'll find our way. Because I wouldn't wish to impose on your garden and forest any further. Is the bounds marked with the fence? Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, if the two of you can bring me any wispweed, I would be very much obliged. I will pay you handsomely for it.
I'll keep an eye out. We're mostly heading back into the city, so
Oh, I see.
no promises.
It's mostly found in the forest to the east.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
don't currently have any plans to head out that way, but we come across any, We'll be sure to think of them.
Thank you. And thank you for the charming distraction, and good luck on your way back to the city.
Thank you. Good luck cleaning the mess in your garden.
What mess?
I see it.
Get out of here, you
Perfectly
little
well
scamp.
manicured.
All right. Goodbye for now. And I start heading out the garden gate towards the main road.
And she slams the door behind you with a little too much force.
Is that a good spot to end the first session, gentlemen?
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm sorry if I'm overstepping.
That's fine. Now's about the time I wanted to end
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get her name by any chance just before we do end?
I did. Cestia Linum.
Cestia Linen.